And the reason he's so special, besides the fact that he is a really awesome dog and a tie, is that he actually wrote this book, okay? Now, I know you're thinking, Miss Tracey, that's just crazy. Dogs can't write books. But do you know what you call a dog that writes a book? Do you know what yeah. A dog trainer, that's good. Close. You know what they call, what do you call a human that writes a book? Author? Is that what you were going to say? Or an illustrator. So if you call him an author, you call a dog that writes a book a author. So Indigo Jones is the best spelling author, and I can prove that he wrote it because look, he autographed it. Okay? And you can't formally autograph or autograph a book unless you're the author. So it says here, right here, I helped him write it. So let's get started. Now Indigo is 5 years old, and he's a rescue. He's from West Virginia, and he was 6 months old when the dog catcher caught him. He was a stray, and luckily he made it okay. And a lady brought him up to Carlisle and put him online on Petfinder, and she was a border collie Sheltie rescue. So I think Indigo is part Sheltie, part Aussie, and part Corgi, because he's got those little legs. So where are my dog lovers out here? Yeah? I love dogs. How about cat lovers? How about guinea pig lovers? How about spider lovers? Anybody like that? I know. How about snakes? Anybody like that?
Yes.
Pet ducks? I've had a couple of ducks. They're awesome. They are duckies. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Now, where are my book lovers in here? Yeah, all right. How about my super savers? Then you are really gonna like this story. This is loosely based on Indigo's life. It's roughly autobiographical, okay? And afterwards, you're more than welcome to get a picture taken with Indigo, hug him, tell him about your dreams of saving money, and just spend the rest of the day. Okay, you guys ready? Now, just as a reminder, has everybody gotten their free copy of the book? Okay. Your wonderful credit union here, AmeriChoice, helped us sponsor this book. If it would not have been for your credit union, we would not have been able to do this book. So we want you to give them extra licks and love and hugs and tell everybody else how wonderful your credit union is. Yes, ma'am. No, there's a local gentleman called Neil McMillan, and his picture's in the back here, and we tell all about him. So he's the illustrator. Awesome. Okay. And Indigo's first book is over there too, so he's quite prolific. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Boxcar Indy goes to Doggy World. Are you ready? Okay. Boxcar Indy was a puppy with a funny square shape. He lived in a big house with 2 other dogs named Mr. Blue and Ruby, and the bookstore lady who took care of them all. I wish we could go for a trip to Doggy World, said Ruby. That would be so much fun to ride the rides and see the giant castle. So, here's what Indigo does. Indy ran to tell his sister Ruby his idea. A trip to Doggy World costs a lot of money, said Ruby. You'll have to help pay for it. I'll make you a promise. If you can earn 1,000 doggy dollars by the end of summer, we can go to Doggy World. There were only 3 weeks left before the end of summer. How could Indigo make it happen? So look, how many of you guys have piggy banks? You ever open your piggy bank and count how much is in it? No, you haven't? You could have tons of money in there. Okay, let's go ahead. So Indigo emptied his doggy bank and he had $80. That's a pretty good start. The bookstore lady gave him $5 every week for his allowance. And that meant if he saved that all, he'd have $5 times $3. Does anybody know what that is? Anybody know? Yeah? 15, I'm taking you for the next one. So what is, he's got $80 and then he can earn $15. How much is that? Do you know what 80 plus 15 is? Yes? 95, good job, ladies. So he has 80 and he can earn 15, so that's 95. But he needs $1,000, right? 95 isn't $1,000. So he says, how will I ever make $1,000? And Ruby smiles and says, I know someone who can help you. Get your doggy bank and come with me. Guess where he goes? Well, he goes to the credit union, of course. So Ruby took Indy to a place that he had never been before, the credit union. And Ruby And look who's here to help you, Mr. Blue. And Mr. Blue was really Indigo's big brother. Hello, Indy, said Mr. Blue. Welcome to the credit union. This is where I work. At the credit union, we help people to do things with their money. I need 1,000 doggy dollars so I can go to Doggy World, said Indy. I only had 95. How can I get more money? First, you should deposit your money in the credit union, said Mr. Blue. But I want to keep my money at home, said Indy. I don't want to give it to the credit union. Your money will be safe at the credit union, said Mr. Blue. You can open an account and add your money and take it out anytime you like. Lots of people have money in the credit union, and if they need more, we can loan them some and they can pay it back. That's how the bookstore lady bought her bookstore, and that's how your friends bought their dog houses. The money that we keep, that you deposit in the credit union, helps the entire town. And the best part of it is that the credit union even pays you a little for your home. We call that money interest. Indy decided to join the credit union. Now he has his own account. How many of you guys have your own accounts? Woo! No way! No way! That's awesome! Fabulous. Okay. So, now I can borrow money, said Indy. Just like the bookstore lady did. Now I can borrow money and we can go to Doggy World. That's true, said Mr. Blue, but you will have to pay that money back to the credit union after you come back from Doggy World. You would have to work to earn that money and then pay back the loan. Another way you can get the money you need is to work for it now. That way you get the money first and you don't have to pay us back. Whichever way you choose, Indy, you will have to work to earn the money. Indy thought about his choices. He could work to make the money he needed, or he could borrow the money now, go to Doggy World, and work when he got back. What should Indy do? What do you guys think Indy should do? Do you think he should work first and earn the money and then have a good time at Doggy World? Or should he borrow the money now and then go to Doggy World and have to work when he comes back? Interesting. Interesting. Well, I'll tell you what he decides. Indy was thinking about the next day, and he and his friend Benny, there's Benny. Benny's a crazy pug. They saw their neighbor, Mr. Mud, working hard to plant flowers in his garden. I'll never get all of these flowers planted, said Mr. Mud. There are too many of them, and I'm too old to dig holes all day long. We can help you, said Indy. We're good at digging holes. Mr. Mud smiled. That would be a big help. I have 200 plants to plant. I'll pay you $2 for every hole you dig. Benny shook his head. I don't want to dig holes, he said. I want to go outside and play. Benny ran off to the park to play, but Indy stayed to do the entire job. He dug 200 holes for Mr. Mud and earned $2 for every hole. Indy made $400. Indy thought to himself, if I keep working, I won't have to borrow any of the money, and I can earn all of the money now. So Indy has $95, and he just earned $400. So how much does Indigo have? 400 plus 95. Good guess. You know? 400 plus. So he has $495. But how much does he need? 1,000. Okay, so here you go. So now Indy has an allowance, and he has an account, and he has a job, but he still needed $505. So what was he going to do? Indy went to the kitchen where Ruby was baking cookies, and he said, "Oh, Ruby, that smells so wonderful, but with my allowance, I still need $505. So Ruby says, you could start your own business. How many of you guys want to start your own business when you grow up? Or even as kids? Very cool. And he says, I could help you make these cookies, and then you could go out and start your own cookie selling business and earn money. And so Ruby showed Indy how to make the special cookies, and she spent all day baking 250 Doggy biscuits. So the next day, Indigo sold his Doggy biscuits for $2 each. And they were so popular, everybody lined up. See that? That's Mrs. Greyhound. And she said, I'll buy 10 biscuits, Indigo, for my whole family. These are the best dog biscuits I've ever had. Before long, the whole town was talking about Indigo's dog biscuits. sold out. So he sold 250 at $2 each. So that's $500. So he is getting close. But $500 more plus $495. Oh, he's so close. But guys, time is up. It's time. The Dogmobile is leaving for Doggy World. So, Indy, I know it's just wait. I know it's the tension in the story. You have to build that in. Indy was on his way to the credit union to deposit his buddy, and he saw Benny, and Benny came up to him and said, "Look at what I got. These are the new Super Slobber Balls with the double bounce action. They're only $25 each, and you can buy one in every color. Aren't they really cool?" And Indigo wanted the Super Slobber Balls so bad, and he imagined how much fun with all his money. He could buy so many Super Slobber Balls, and he could have fun in the park. But then he thought about saving his money to go to Doggy World. So Indy said, "Those look like fun, Benny, but I'm saving my money for a trip to Doggy World." "That takes too long," said Benny. "I want to have fun now, so I'm going to spend my money now on the Super Slobber Balls." Indy was a little sad that he didn't have his own Super Slobber Ball, but he knew that a trip to Doggy World was worth saving for. So, Indy thought about all the ways that he had earned money, from the bookstore lady, working for Mr. Mudd, starting a business. He almost had enough money, but he was out of time. So Indy went and gave his money to Mr. Blue to put it in his account, and Mr. Blue said, "Indy, why do you look so sad?" And Indy said, "I didn't make enough money to go to Doggy World." Indy said, "I'm out of time and I still need $5. "Well, I have some good news," said Mr. Blue. "Because you deposited your money at the credit union, you made $5 in interest." This is the best news Indy heard all summer. He was going to Doggy World after all. Isn't that awesome? He didn't think he was going to make it. He made it. Okay, so la la la, there he is going to Doggy World, and see? Yes, very exciting. I know, isn't that great? Maybe we can all work enough and make enough money to build our own Doggy World. You guys in? Yeah, okay, that's, I'm down with it. Okay, everyone was so happy to see Indigo when he came back. Everyone wanted to hear all about the parades and the famous canine castle. Everyone was happy except for Benny. "I want to go to Doggy World," said Benny. He was so sad. "You can," said Indy, "but you have to work hard to save money. You have to work when you feel like playing, and you have to save money when you would rather be spending it on Super Slobber Balls. I can help you if you're really ready." "I can do that," said Benny. "Let's start right now." And that's exactly what they did. So isn't that awesome? Indy turned around and helped Benny achieve his own dreams. All right. So the end. What'd you guys think about that? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And here you guys, there's Indigo. And here's our illustrator. He's local in the area too. And you'll have to be sure to check out Indigo. It's on Facebook, and he comes to different schools and supports financial literacy. So thank you so much for coming. Come up and meet him if you haven't met him. Are there any questions on the book? Yes, sir. He would love to come to Monroe. He lives in Boiler Springs. He'd love to come to Monroe. I know. Seriously, he's like your hometown mayor. Yes, he could be your mascot.
Do you want to go say hi to the doggy?
The question is, how famous is he? Well, when he has people like you coming and visiting him, he feels pretty famous. So very famous. So rich. Any other questions? Okay, you guys enjoy, and thanks for coming out, and thanks to AmeriChoice and Doggy Dollars. That's why we're here. Thank you. Thank you for leading the way, Dollar Dog.